Welcome to the very first episode of Online Dating with Patsy, the podcast. I am your host, Patsy Roach. I'm going to take you on a great adventure. Stories about crazy online romance scammers. So take a seat, make yourself comfortable, grab a glass of wine, and here we go. I have been writing a blog about online romance scammers since the fall of 2016. I was curious about online dating. I was at church one Saturday and saw CatholicMatch.com advertised in the back of the bulletin. I was curious, so I thought I'd go there. Now, nothing really happened there because I think I'm too liberal for them. So the next place I moved on to was Match.com, and here's where the fun begins. Tim Rubles on a peacekeeping mission in a foreign country. Yes, a line I would hear many times. Tim was my very first scammer, though I didn't know it. I knew nothing about the world of scammers. And then all of a sudden, this man contacts me, says such sweet things about how beautiful I am, and how he can't believe of all the men in St. Louis not running after me, that I'm talking to him. And yes, I was like, what the heck are you talking about? The sweetness that they share with you in their words will give you a cavity immediately in your mouth. It's insane. It's hilarious. It's gag me with a spoon. You don't know me. We shared several emails. He sent me his pictures. Of course, he was hot looking. What do you expect? Wrote sweet, sweet words. And then I showed his picture to a friend at work. And she said, is he in the Army? And I said, yes. And she said, he's a scammer. So she explained it to me. So that night I went home, Googled his picture, and oh my God, what came up but scammer? I freaked. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? I was really freaked out about it. So I wrote him, told him never contact me again. I found a picture about him being a scammer, go away, and then I blocked him. And he would not be the last one. Only I knew how to handle it better. I wasn't as freaked out as I would have been. So I ran into a few more of those on Match.com. And then I went to Our Time, and I ran into some there. My account actually got hacked my first weekend. And then the place that has them all, Plenty of Fish, as I refer to them as Plenty of Fakers. Now, first off, I do want to say, I'm not condemning any dating sites. I'm sure they work. I mean, I have a few friends that it did work for. But I don't want to say one site is better than the other. They all have their issues. But Plenty of Fish kept me busy. And a lot of my stories are from Plenty of Fish. I'm on a peacekeeping mission, name that country. I'm on an oil rig, or I'm a celebrity. Yes, I had 6 Chris Evans, 6 Chris Pratts, who are 2 of my favorite actors, and Prince Harry, and Prince Andrew, and Johnny Depp, and Keanu Reeves. The list goes on and on. I, of course, know they're fake, but I know there's people out there that probably wouldn't think that because, oh my God, a celebrity's contacting me. Chris Pratt wanted me to send him an iTunes gift card. Chris Evans wanted me to take care of some money that was stashed at a warehouse. Yeah, the stories are on my blog. You can read them anytime. Now, I do have 2 rules, and I would really need you to listen to them. The first one, which I always say, never send money to someone you don't know. If some dude online says, hey baby, you're beautiful, send me $20, don't do it. My second rule is, if you know someone that's been scammed by one of these guys, don't make fun of them. Don't pick on them. This can happen to anybody. I'm 58 years old, and back in the 80s, I was pretty naive. And I probably could have easily fell for one of these. Though I don't have any money, but this is something I could have fell for. You know, I think back then I felt like I was desperate for love, desperate to get married. And not that I didn't grow up in a great family. I did. It was just something I always wanted. And so don't make fun of anybody. We all could fall for that scam at any time. And just so you know, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. My focus is on my blog, my podcast, getting the word out so that people don't fall for these scams. Read my blog. I have everything in there. I have all the tools that you need. I not only post stories of my conversations with these guys. I have videos of me talking to them. Of course, I don't show myself. I have my camera pointed to the ceiling, but my computer records the conversation so you can hear what they sound like. You can hear them asking me for stuff. You can hear me giving them a hard time. You can hear me playing the game with them, professing my fake love to them, just like they profess their fake love to me. But I also have good information on there from the U.S. Army, from the FBI, and the FCC on what to look for, what to happen. I have a story on there where to go online to fill out a form if you have been scammed by these boneheads. Now, when you read my blog and when I tell those stories on there, you have to remember that it's not Patsy talking, it's Suzanne Sugarbaker, my alter ego. That is a character from the TV show Designing Women, and I was a huge fan of the character. So I'm using Suzanne's name as my own. And you also have to remember, the stuff I say on there, that's not me. I would never talk that way. I'm just playing the game to get the stories, to share with you so that you won't send these guys money. Now, early in my blog, I did post success stories from some friends who did meet their husbands online. So, online dating does work. You just got to be careful out there. As I say, if the dude asks you for money, tell him no. Now, other places where scammers are really all over the place is Twitter and Instagram. Now, on Instagram, I use Suzanne again as my name. And I have to say, since COVID started a year ago, last March, it's like they've come out of the woodwork. I mean, I was getting like 20, 30, 40 followings. And then when you follow them back, that's when the dance begins because they'll send you a message saying, "Hi, pretty. Hi, beautiful," and all kinds of stuff like that. And then the conversation begins. Some start out slow to woo you to get you to fall in love with them. And the I love yous come from them right away. They will pour their heart out to you, say sweet things to you, tell you their tragic story of how they're a widow and they have a child and someone in a foreign country takes care of the child while they're away. I mean, it's the stories are all the same, but some will change them up just a little bit. But the end game is always the same. They don't love you, they love your money. Now, I do want to give a shout out to the St. Louis Public Library. I took their online podcast last fall, and I learned so much from them, and I told them I would give them a plug here. So if you're in St. Louis or in any city, support your public library. Now, in upcoming episodes, I'm going to have some guests. One of my first guests will be a lady who was actually scammed, and this relationship went on for 2 years. And we spoke on the phone a couple of weeks ago, and I asked her, would you tell your story on here? Because I think sometimes if you hear a story from somebody who's actually been scammed, you might believe it more. Not that you wouldn't believe me, but hearing it from an actual victim, I think you just learn so much more from them. I'm also going to have a guest, actually two guests, two sisters. They wrote the book, Her King the Con, How an Online Love Affair Led to Near Disaster. The book is authored by Shelley Frost and her sister Linda Young, and Linda was the one who was scammed. This is an excellent book. Get it first chance you get. Amazon has it. On Kindle, it's only $8.99. Check it out. This is a story of an actual woman who was scammed, and I mean, you get the background story, you get the full enchilada on this book. And also, I may possibly have an actual FBI agent on my show so that she can talk about different scams that go on. And she told me some information about how when you do send money to a bank account, how many accounts it bounces through before the guy actually gets it. I'm hoping she'll be able to get supervisor approval for this, and I will let you know. I'm also looking to interview any guys that may have been scammed by a woman, a romance scammer. You always hear about the women being scammed, and I know this happens to men. So if there's anybody out there, any guys out there who have been scammed, I would love to get your story. If you don't want to talk on an interview, I would be glad to write your story and put it on my blog. Of course, your names will be kept anonymous, but I want to hear their stories too because I know it happens to them. Everyone is a potential victim, whether male or female. My focus here is to get the word out. Before you go on a dating website, read my blog. before you decide to send somebody money, read my blog. Email me. I will talk to you. I'm happy to talk to you. I've talked to several women who have told me their stories and asked advice, and I'm happy to tell you what I know. But I always say check with the FBI, check with the FCC, check with the Army. They're the experts. They're the one who have the real tools. I just share them on my blog so that you can read them besides my silly stories. And not that my stories are just silly. It's information that I'm sharing with you so you can see how these guys really talk to you, because it's such a dirty business for these scammers going after unsuspecting women and trying to take all their money. So you can help. And what can you do? Send people to my blog. Have them tune into my podcast. Email me. I'm willing to help as much as I can. And if I can't help you, I can forward you to the FBI, the FCC, the real people who can go after these boneheads. Now, if you have any questions or comments and you want to get in touch with me, you can email me at patsypodcast@att.net. That's PATSYPODCAST@att.net. Send me your questions, send me your comments, be a guest on my show, just get in touch with me. Also on my blog, I have my other email address, which is stargatelady99@att.net. You can contact me through that email as well. Now, two questions I get asked almost every time with the scammers. The first one is, do you live alone? And the second one is, do you own your house? My only thinking on is why they ask, do you live alone? I guess to make sure there's nobody around to keep you from talking to them. But that's just my 2 cents. And the question about, do you own your own house? Maybe they think if you own your own house, you got lots of money. Not always true, but you don't know what these boneheads are thinking about. Actually, we do know what they're thinking about. Money, money, money. Now, I do know that some of these guys' pictures get used over and over and over. And I have that on my blog as well. Some of these pictures, some of these guys have been used many times on me. But the story is always the same. They want my money that I don't have. Okay, so now I'm going to play an audio recording that I made last December. Some of these guys, they don't want a video chat, they just want to text with you. Because it's obvious, because they're not the guy in the picture. But this particular video is short, or audio. I converted it to audio. It's also on my YouTube channel and my blog. Where he just wants to text. He wants to talk online and not really in person. So let me put that audio here. Oh, honey. Hello, honey.
Hello.
Hello, I keep missing your call. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. What are you doing now?
Oh, gosh, I've been doing all kinds of stuff, getting one of the soup kitchens ready for Christmas, and then I was just baking cookies earlier for the neighbors. So how are you?
I'm not good at all. I just wanted to come online so we can talk.
What?
I'm not good at all. I just wanted to come online so we can talk.
Oh, I would love to talk to you.
Yeah, come online so we can talk.
Yeah, we're talking now.
Oh, yeah, come online so we can talk, okay?
You don't want to talk like this?
I don't plan talking like this. It's no more enjoyable, but really enjoyable. But I really want us to talk things out. It's really necessary.
Okay, if you want to just text, that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye. And if you've seen my videos, I always make comments after they hang up on me or I hang up on them. And I called this guy a bonehead, which is what I call most guys, boneheads. Anyway, that's one of the many conversations I've had, and I can put more on future shows, but you can also check out my YouTube channel, which is Online Dating with Patsy, or you can go to my blog. You'll see the videos, and I make faces in the videos, so they're humorous, but again, you're hearing what they sound like, and the stuff they like to tell you. I'm going to find more sound bites to share with you because I have some good ones out there. And I'm going to share another one with you now. This one totally cracked me up. And what I like about it is I get to be creative. I get to be sarcastic. I get to be a bitch. So here's your next one. Hello,
Hello.
James.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm wonderful. Where are
I
you
can't see
from?
you. Where are you?
I'm not, you
I
don't
can't
get to
see.
see me yet. Because I
Why?
don't believe you're the guy in the picture. So you're not worthy of looking at my beauty.
I want to see you.
Well, I don't believe you're the guy in the picture. Prove to me that you're the guy in the picture, and then you can see my beauty.
I'm the guy in the picture.
What?
I said I'm the guy in the picture.
No, you're
I'm
not,
very
because you don't sound like him. If you're
I'm
really the
very
guy in the picture, then you would show me your real face.
You show me your face, then we can know each other.
I want to see you first. You're the one that contacted me first. Now, I want to see that. If you're really the guy in the picture, what are you afraid of? Because you're not the guy in the picture.
Come on, I know what you mean. I know they have scammed you guys, but I'm the guy in the picture.
Down. Yeah, no.
You're not the guy in the picture. Don't waste my time.
Like,
You're not the guy in the picture. I know you're not.
you know me now.
I know you now. No, I don't really want to know you because I know you're not the guy in the picture. You really disappointed me because I thought that guy in the picture was hot.
There ain't no problem, she said so.
Oh, he hung up on me. That was a good one. I had some good comebacks on that one. You're not worthy of my beauty. I'm going to have to use that again. Yes, none of these guys are worthy of our beauty, ladies. None of them. So that was soundbite number 2. I have more on my blog. I have more on my YouTube channel. It gives you a good idea of what they sound like. After a while, they all start to sound alike, and I don't mean that in a mean way at all. They just, they never want to show themselves. They never want to. Now, I have a few pictures of a couple scammers who did, and I got their picture, and I do have that posted on my blog. But for the most part, they never want to show themselves. They want to see you. Which is why you'll see in some videos I bought a Jason hockey mask at the Dollar Tree last Halloween, and I'll put that on so they can see me. That's just the kind of silly person I am. Now, some other tools that I use. I have the Reversey app. I have an iPhone, and I'm sure you can get this on any smartphone, but it's called the Reversey app. And you can put a guy's picture in there, and you don't always find something, but most of the time I do. You'll find their picture under another name, scammer written by them. And so what I do is I screenshot that picture and then I send it to them. And of course, some of them will block you right away, and others will want to argue with you. Well, my account was compromised. No, you're the one doing the compromising. But that's another tool that I use. And that other thing where you heard something saying, no, 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 that is something that I bought at a book place several years ago. And it's a pen, but it's ways you could say no. We would use it in the office as a joke. So I brought it home and I use it here. And when they start arguing with me, you'll hear the no, no, no in all kinds of different ways. It's a lot of fun. And another item I use is my little Captain America doll. Yes, I'm a Captain America fan. Anyway, when they say they want to see me, I put Cap over the thing so they can see Captain America. And then they'll be like, that's not you? I'm like, oh yes, Captain represents me. So it's just a few of the fun things that I get to do just to annoy them and entertain myself. Hey, I do need to make one correction. The lady that I'm hoping I can interview is not from the FBI. I made a mistake there. She's actually from the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, and she works in the Financial Crime Investigations Unit. I sent her an email. She sent it up to her boss, so I'm waiting to hear if she'll be able to be on the show. So that's the end of my first show. I hope it didn't suck. I'm still working on all the technical stuff, so it might be a little rough. And hopefully I'll get better as we go along. Again, if you want to contact me, it's patsypodcast@att.net. You can visit my blog, www.onlinedatingwithpatsy.com. And I'm excited to tell you that next show I am going to have the authors of Her King, the Con by Shelley Frost and Linda Young. I recorded that interview. These are two fantastic ladies. I'm huge fans. Again, you're going to hear from them. You'll hear the story. Please get their book because it's totally, totally worth it. So until my next show, remember, never send money to somebody you don't know. They don't love you, they love your money.